in Italian means my kitchen. And today's a beautiful day. I have all the windows open. It rained and it just brought this beautiful cool weather here in Florida. And it's going to get hotter later, but right now it's beautiful and you're going to be hearing the birds and maybe somebody cutting the grass. But you know what? Hey, this is how it is. So la prima cosa che devo fare, the first thing that we need to do is to prendere il fadale. So what did I say in Italian? The first thing that we need to do, if I don't break anything or throw anything on the ground, is to put on the fadale. What I said is the first thing that we need to do is to put on the fadale. And this amazing dish that I have for you guys, it is an Ayurvedic Chipotle corn and kale. And wait till I show you how this is made. It is amazing and delicious. Now, if you don't have kale, you can also substitute it with spinach. So I am going to be using quite a bit of kale. And what I'm going to be using is 1 to 2 pounds of kale. This is what I have here. And you can use 1 to 2 to 3. You know, spinach gets very... when you cook it, it becomes from something very big to something smaller. And that's what I have here. I have 2 pounds of kale. I'm also going to be utilizing chipotle. And I am going to be utilizing a fresh chipotle. And I'm also going to be utilizing a granulated chipotle. And I will get into chipotle in a minute. What I have here is I have a half a tomato that I have just diced. And then what I have here is 1 cup of corn. So we have 1 cup of corn, 1 or 2 pounds of kale. I also have here a half a cup of water. And also to this water, I also have here a good... I took a lime and I completely squeezed the lime, so it's an entire lime, and I'm just going to add the lime right into the water. Just like that, guys. An entire lime is going to go right into the water. Yes, it's going to go right into the water. And this dish is not only is it delicious, but it's very healthy for you, and I'm going to get into that in a minute. So what I want to do is I want to get my half a cup of water and 1 entire whole lime that I have squeezed in here. Also my chipotle I have right here. I have a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of chipotle powder. That's going to go here. If you do not have fresh chipotle, use well, I like chipotle. Depending on how much chipotle you like, I would suggest a half a tablespoon to a tablespoon of chipotle to give this entire dish an amazing flavor. I'm going to go to my freezer because what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a tip on what to do with chipotle. Because you know, when you buy chipotle, you know, unless it's a real chipotle, depending on where you are and what part of the countries you are, they come in a can. So in a can, there's quite a few chipotles. And let me tell you what I do. What I do, guys, is I take each individual chipotle and I put them in little bags. So then I know that if I need a chipotle, there's only 1 on each little bag. If I need 1 or 2, I have them in here. And then another thing that I do is I put it in a freezer baggie like this. And then what I do with the juice is I also keep the juice. And and then on the juice one is that I have written juice. I write the juice, so then I know that there's no chipotle in here, only the juice, because sometimes we may need them. And you know, my little can had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, and why throw away chipotle, you know, that you're not going to use? You can freeze it up to a year in a nice little sealed bag. And then what I do, guys, is I write chipotle and sauce in the bag, and then I put the expiration date that was in the can, okay? And now I'm gonna put this, I can put this in the freezer later because this is gonna be very quick. Okay, so now that you got the nice little tip, get yourself a nice skillet like so. And I am going to turn this on medium high. And I am going to add my half a cup of water with my entire lime that I squeezed right into. There's going to be no oil to this. There's going to be nothing but just the water that's going to make everything delicious. And then what I want to do to this water is I want to add my seasoning, my teaspoon of black pepper, a teaspoon of chipotle powder, chipotle pepper, however you want to call it, and a teaspoon of salt that's going to go right into my water, just like that. And then I'm going to take my chipotle that's going to go right into this water, and I'm just going to add it, and this is going to give heat, okay? This is going to give the heat. And, you know, let me tell you something about, and a lot of people, you know, they say they don't like kale. But I'm gonna get into about kale, because kale is so healthy, and it's still pretty much, you know, in. So I just want to kind of squishy with that. Now to this water, I am gonna go ahead and add my tomatoes, my entire half of a tomato or a whole tomato. I am utilizing, for mine, I'm using a half a tomato. Because, you know, that's what I'm using, but if you like more tomato. And then I am going to go ahead and now add my wonderful corn. And I'm going to tell you why we're utilizing all of this, okay? As this is getting, as I'm bringing this to a medium high, because what I wanted is I want this to start doing its thing. I'm done with that. Boom, bala. I am going to close this up. I'm just going to shut this up for right now, so it can do its thing. And then I'm going to bring the kale. The reason that we're utilizing all of this is that kale reduces fat. Yes, it reduces fat in the bloodstream. Let me repeat this. Kale reduces fat in the bloodstream. The corn aids with water retention, easing high blood pressure. Let me repeat that. Corn aids with water retention, and it eases high blood pressure. The chipotle pepper, guys, is for circulation. So if you are needing, you know, if you, circulation, you know, we need the circulation for everything to work out. Now, there are these things called shears, okay? If you don't like to chapa the thingy, use your shears. And then you can just go like I'm doing, just like this. Very simple, easy transaction. And this is going to be a delicious, wonderful flavors. It's going to be very healthy for you, because you are having the kale that reduces the fat in the bloodstream. You're having the corn that aids with the water retention. And then you're using the chipotle peppers for circulation. And that is the reason why I use what I use and I do what I do, guys, is to bring health and optimum health to you. So what I've done is I am just giving a nice little haircut. Well, not really, because I'm going to use all of these guys. And that's what I do. So if you don't feel like choppy, you can utilize these guys. Okay, so now my water is nice and boiling. And now I am going to add my wonderful kale. Let me grab all these little guys out of here. And this is going to be a very simple, fast meal that, you know, you can also, what I would do when I would serve this is, whoops, the other little guy just fell up, but he's going to find himself in here. I'm just going to start mixing. This is such a pretty, beautiful dish. I'm just going to mix all of this, guys, together, because this is going to be very healthy for me and my husband. I am 64 years old, and I'm in zero medication. I do take asthma medication. And yes, I should work out, but my workout is in the kitchen, because when I'm not doing videos, I am practicing all kinds of different recipes. So right now, my kale is wilting, and that's what I want. That's how quick this is going to go, guys. This is a quick, and it's such a beautiful, it's like a fiesta. It's got all these beautiful colors of greens and reds and yellows, and I'm wearing yellow because it's a fiesta. Well, I don't call it a fiesta. Get yourself a nice bowl like this, because this is, like I said, it's going to go quick. and you have this beautiful juice. Now what you could do is, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for the juice to reduce into the deliciousness of the kale. When you chop the kale, or when you give it a haircut like this, okay, it becomes a lot easier for it to be cooking, to cook, and that's what you want, because this is easy meals, and this is an easy meal that is going to be satisfying. And what I do is with this is I like to serve it with sweet potatoes, and I take my sweet potatoes, I peel my sweet potatoes, I slice my sweet potatoes, I put turmeric and some olive oil, I put that in the oven, and I serve that with this. And this is a very nice, healthy dish. I'm almost done. It's almost finished, because I don't want my entire kale to be completely. When the liquid is absorbed, and that's what we're doing, is when it's done and it's almost there. I want you to see the finished product. Oh, you can smell the chipotle. You could smell the kale, you could smell the corn, and and you can put this over quinoa. You can put this over some rice. You can utilize this with some grains if that is what you wish to do. I am going to serve it with just sweet potatoes today. That's what I'm going to do. And this is almost done. It's almost done. My liquids are almost absorbed. That is how quickly and easy this is. And you guys, you're having health. You are reducing the fat in your bloodstreams. Who would have known that kale does that? And the corn, it aids again water retention. So if you're holding a lot of water, corn is a good thing to have. It's all in moderation. I am not a nutritionist and I am not a doctor. I am a home organic cook. All right, so this is almost all done. Oh my goodness gracious, that is how quick. And then what we have is, that's how easy, is what we have, this wonderful things right here. Oh yes, baby, 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 look how beautiful this is. And it's so healthy for us, for our health. I would do anything. And then what you are looking at, guys, let me bring this to you, because it's such a beautiful plate, such a beautiful dish. You're looking at chipotle and corn and kale bowl. Look at this healthy deliciousness. This is all for you. I want to thank my wonderful sponsor, Cola Harris with FARMASI. I want to thank Stephen Bailey with Bailey Fishing and Charters. I want to thank Soul Angels with Collar Street. I want to thank Dario Rodriguez with Life and Food Superstores. And I want to thank you